Afghanistan 11. We're going to try to do a better job than we did last time, and we're actually playing the Battle of Panjwaii. This is, and I'm probably terribly mangling the name, Canadian and Afghan forces involved in Operation Mountain Thrust moved east into the Panjwaii region in mid-July 2006 to help clear the area of Taliban strongholds. Although initially successful, fierce battles broke out in Panjwaii early in August, leaving 4 Canadians killed and 11 wounded. Numerous Canadian personnel earned the Medal of Valor and decorations of mention in dispatches because of this battle. Following this, a lull in fighting was experienced and Canadian and Afghan forces left the Panjwaii region, allowing it to once again become a stronghold of the Taliban. The Canadians spearheaded a second operation into the region, strategically surrounding the Taliban and calling in heavy artillery and airstrikes. The Canadian forces then moved in to directly challenge the Taliban and would end up engaging in both direct combat for several weeks as both forces sought to maintain control of the region. So far for the game, we only have essentially the American flag, but these are essentially referring to the core of the forces. In this case, this battle was mostly fought by Canadians, so we do have to keep that in mind. And welcome everybody to the stream, of course. And we're going to go ahead and jump in as soon as possible. So I hope you guys are seeing it. It should be online. Hold on one second, guys. One moment. Okay, good. You guys see the actual screen now. Perfect. So yeah, we are starting now, of course, and I'm sure a lot of you are here because you want some free keys. We've got 3 free key giveaways, so 3 of you are going to be going home very, very lucky, obviously. Of course. Sorry, I just had to reload. Some of you are not seeing the stream. That's a little strange, but you should be seeing it pretty well. So hopefully, refresh if you're not seeing. That's a good suggestion. Good suggestion. So we're going to go ahead, guys, and get back into the Battle of Panjwaii and get started here. So the Taliban have gained control of the Panjwaii region. We have to get above an actual score of 60 to be able to get a victory here, which is not easy. And this region is interesting to say the least. We start off with like a pretty good amount of men here, as you can see. We definitely want to go ahead and get a Husky to start clearing out the area of mines, etc. As for our garrison units, I've got some plans here. Now, one thing we want to do, we want to get some U.S. Special Forces here, Echo Company, and I immediately want to start training some Afghan forces. So I'm going to, first of all, we already have a howitzer. I think I'm going to train an actual M18. I'm also going to go ahead and get a Buffalo in this group because everybody knows we need a Buffalo to build all sorts of things, not to mention building water towers, roads, etc. We've already got some supply trucks. Do we have some supply trucks? No, we got to get some supply trucks. So let's grab 2 of these. And I think I want to get an Apache, but we did that last time and it didn't work out so well. We ended up kind of running out of cash, so I think this time I'm going to be a little safer with the Apaches. So let's send out the Huskies to clear the way here. We already found it. Look at that. We found an IED right outside of base, and I just started the game. So we know this area is pretty unsecure, to put it simply, and there is a very heavy Taliban presence in this area. So we want to go ahead and get our boys out there as quickly as possible. I think we're going to take an MRAP. We could also move with a Black Hawk to move a little bit faster, but let's take the Bravo Squadron MRAP and move one of these guys. We're going to take Bravo Company out and immediately go to the village. And we've got a pretty cool bit of news. We already have our first victor here for the keys just this early on. It's going to be Mithrandir. I hope you guys liked the cringe-worthy side effects there. So Mithrandir gets the first key right off the bat. We feel like we're in a good mood. So we're getting 1 key right away just for you being on time. How about that? Also, we want to keep moving with the Buffalo. I want to make sure that the Buffalo eventually builds not only road access to this place, but also a water tower. So I'm going to start immediately building road access. I probably should have built road access from this existing road, but what can I say? I thought this would be an okay idea. And let's see if we can get a water tower this turn. We might have to wait a turn. Yeah, I think we definitely have to wait a turn, no problem. Now this MRAP is going to probably head to that village next. And it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get 2 Huskies to go ahead and clear out the path. So I am going to spend a little bit extra cash just to get that second Husky to start moving to the south. And this time we really want to try to get a forward operating base going. And there we go. We're finding a ton of IEDs, 4 IEDs. Unbelievable. You know, it's definitely going to bring a lot of support from the locals. They're going to like the fact that we're actually helping them out here. So I'm going to get a Charlie Squad in an MRAP. Let's go ahead and pick up Charlie Company. And we're going to move to this Afghan village right here. Try to help the locals as best we can, and it looks like they're showing us the location of an actual Taliban technical. This is a perfect opportunity to try to take this thing out. For those of you that don't know, a technical is basically sort of like your average pickup truck with a machine gun or a grenade launcher mounted in the back, sometimes even an anti-aircraft gun if people get extremely resilient and know how to build something pretty well. So we're going to strike it with an F-16. Here we go. Boom! That is a destroyed technical, guys. 1,000 political points right into our wonderful pockets. And of course, we want to keep moving here as quickly as possible. We want to be on the move at all times. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep for mines. Go ahead and make sure that there are no mines in the area. And we want to go ahead and pick these boys up once again as quickly as possible and probably move them to the south. We already know that this area is pretty safe. Sorry, we have to drive into your village, but you know, these things happen. As for the Special Forces, we're going to keep them here for now. They're training an M-18, which is actually an Afghan helicopter, or an Afghan type of helicopter here that the ANA forces, or the Afghan National Army forces, really love using. We're also going to go ahead and let's pick up Alpha Company here. Not the howitzer. Not the howitzer. Okay, here we go. I don't know why I picked up the damn howitzer. Sorry, we've been having some issues with our mouse here at work. Let's try again, and now we've got Alpha Company. We're going to go ahead and move Alpha Company out, and I think I want to start heading for these villages in the southwest. This is where there's like a heavy Taliban presence, because you can see it's totally cut off from any roads, but I think we probably want to go to the village we can actually get to. So we're going to drop off in this village right here first, and then we'll worry about the rest. Obviously, we might even need to get a second buffalo going, because what I would really like, ideally, is to have a second buffalo to start building a base in the south while we focus on operations in the north of building water towers, etc. for these villages. So I am going to go for that second buffalo. I know some of you are like, no, don't spend that much money, but I think it's worth it. I really do. So we're going to take that second buffalo, start heading to the south so we can get to work on that forward operating base. So here we go. Take a look at the chat real quick. Yeah, no problem, man. I hope you enjoy it. The other stream, I remember that malicious guerrilla forces. Yes, very, very true. Looks hard, but also very realistic, and that's actually quite the way that the game is. It's hard but realistic, and wow, 55 viewers. I'm liking this a lot. Let's see if we can get maybe more 55 more viewers, get to 110. That would make me extremely happy. Now, one thing I want to do is start delivering UN supplies to these villages, but I think it's going to be pretty hard to get there, especially with this buffalo in the way, these forces in the way. We can't exactly go there this turn, but it's definitely something we can do very soon. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 5 garrison units. I really want to get an Apache. Don't hate me. I know it's expensive, but I think we can make it work this time. And this one's going to be called Kilo Squadron. It's going to be ready for anything, I believe. Absolutely anything. And we are going to go ahead and end the turn. I think we've done everything we can. We can first actually pick up our units right here. That's one thing we can do. And start moving to that village either to the northwest or to the east. I think we want to go to the village to the northwest because it's a bit cut off. And probably a good idea to start heading over there. So let's go ahead and make sure we moved all of our units. I believe we have, and we will end the turn. Okay, guys, you could already see some fuel dropping, and that's pretty normal. We're going to go ahead and drop this fellow into this village. And I'm feeling confident that we could turn these villages pro-American very, very soon. Right now, they're in support of ANA forces, which still means that they like us. They don't love us, though. They're willing to tolerate us, basically. And they're not in the hands of the militia or anything like that. And I'm going to, of course, send this Black Hawk back to base. Maybe pick up another unit here. And we're going to keep sending that MRAP to the east. Now, first things first, I want to build a water tower at this village. This is a great way to get political points and obviously to really get the respect of the villagers. Let's also build this road. Try to get this road as close as we can over here to this next village. This is, let's face it, going to be a tough build. But we're going to try anyway. Probably going to take us a while to do that. And of course, we will send our MRAP over here. He might even be able to drop the unit out, and this unit might be able to walk to the village on its own. So I'm going to drop out and see if he can get there. And sure enough, he can, and showing us the location of some IEDs down here in this region. Now, you know, this region of Marja, and Zadas is a very dangerous region. We know that there's a lot of Taliban activity over there. One of the reasons for that is we are very, very far from our base, and it also has no road access whatsoever. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to drive through here with the Husky. I don't think we're going to find anything that's going to explode, but I think I want to build my first FOB right out here. So we finally got to build an FOB. I know in the last Let's Play we never got around to it. That's going to be helpful. Of course, we've got a mortar company in here just in case we come under Taliban attack, and we'll also start moving to the east to try and find any more of these improvised explosive devices. Okay, nothing. That was a total waste of fuel, but it happens to the best of us. Let's grab maybe another Blackhawk, if we've got another Blackhawk. I think this guy's tired. We probably have to move, although we could actually get an MRAP to start heading over there. It wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. It's just going to take a little bit longer. But we do have roads there, so let's go ahead and get the MRAP to pick up one of these companies. We'll pick up Alpha Company, of course, and start heading out and towards this village. Now, we could go the hard way, but I feel like this way we'd actually face fewer IEDs. I could be totally wrong, but usually the enemy places IEDs on the roads. That's not always the case. I want you guys to remember that. It's definitely not always the case, but a lot of the times it is. So we're going to do that. We're going to send this fellow south. If anything, he can hang out in the new FOB we just built and start operating from there. But in general, we're sending a lot of men down these roads trying to find a good location. Now, we've got to keep these people happy, right? We can't just, you know, all of a sudden stop sending aid to them. So we're going to deliver some UN aid with Gulf Squadron to this village right here, and hopefully that's going to bring them over to the American side. Eventually, at least, send that back. And we'll pick up the second supply truck here. And this one is going to take a little longer. So we're going to grab that UN aid and immediately start delivering it over here to this area, or to this village. Once again, these roads are not yet built, so we really need to build an infrastructure here before we decide to do anything crazy. But I think for now, we can start moving at the very least. So this guy has just moved. We're not going to move him at all. So we're going to leave him there. I want to make sure that our other Blackhawk is doing okay. Did we have another Blackhawk, or is Agrippa finally going absolutely insane? Certainly could be the case. I might want to build another Blackhawk, but we are building that M118, so that might be enough to just sort of wait and not really deal with the M118 right now. I'm going to start moving these guys a little bit out of the village because they're going to have to move very, very soon here. And I just want to make sure that I've gotten all of my units out. Of course, we could bring the Apache out a little bit more, but we don't know where the enemy is right now, so I'm going to be a little more careful with the Apache. Although, yeah, I'm really considering getting that Blackhawk moving, but we are training an M18, and we don't exactly have endless supplies of political points here. So let's end the turn here. Okay, guys, that is an end turn. Still no Taliban activity besides that technical that we blew up in the first few minutes of the mission, which was a beautiful explosion. Now, I would love to get over here and build a water tower. Like I said, we might have to wait one turn because he's out of movement turns right now. And like I said, building those water towers is really going to bring in a nice, steady political point income. But before we get there, we probably need to increase these roads. So let's do that. Just really get this entire area basically connected so that if we have to get to a village or a particular area, we can get there without much difficulty. I'm going to go ahead and move this unit forward. I'm going to pick up my troops with my Bravo Squadron MRAP, and I've had a lot of people, I've watched a lot of Let's Plays on YouTube, a lot of people are doing a great job, but a lot of people refer to this as an MRAP, and while the actual abbreviation is correct, you should call it an MRAP. It sounds a lot cooler. It's just kind of the way you're supposed to say it. So let's send this Husky over here to the northwest. Well, in this case to the west, see if we can find any IEDs at all. And there we go. We already found one. You can see that improved some of the relations with the village. Obviously, no villager wants to be blown up by an improvised explosive device. It's the last thing they want. And we're going to send this Husky back over close to our new forward operating base. We could build extensions to this base, but right now I'm just going to play it cool. I'm not going to build any extensions. I'm going to focus on trying to get to these villages. So we can actually get to this village this turn, which is a good bit of news. Let's go ahead and drop them off. Okay, the village is uncooperative, but it is under Anna force control, so I'm not too concerned. And let's start moving this gentleman here over to maybe this village, maybe even start dropping him off in what I like to call the hellhole. And the hellhole is this region over here. But I think any units that are going to go into the hellhole are either going to have to be special forces, or they're going to at least have to be accompanied by a Black Hawk. So maybe I'll get another U.S. infantry squad here, Golf Company, and we'll use the Black Hawk to pick him up and hopefully get into the hell zone without too much difficulty. All right, picking up Golf Company there. And let's move into Zone Hell, as we call it. Feel bad for these guys, but they are some brave troops if they're willing to go into this area to look for the enemy. And look at this, an enemy technical just opened fire on us that quickly. That is frustrating. We're going to keep moving, but if we get hit again, we're obviously in a lot of trouble. Okay, let's take a look here. I thought we were just about to get shot out of the sky. Now, we could find that technical. I'm going to look for it. And we found that Taliban technical right there. I'm trying to see if we can get our Apache out in time to target it, but I'm not 100% sure he can get there. He's that close. Maybe he can. Let's see. We're going to try, but I think he's going to run out of movement points. And if you have no movement points at all, you're not going to be able to fire. But there we go, guys. A 63% chance. Apache's about to let go with its missiles. Bring them in, boys. Beautiful. So we damaged the truck, getting 1,000 political points in the process. That's actually very, very useful. And next turn, obviously, if we can hit it again, that thing would be completely destroyed. Let's see. Can we build a road here? Yeah, we're going to have to, because getting around this mountainous zone, it's not exactly road-worthy, to put it mildly. Let's take a look here at the chat. What kind of ANA units are there? There's actually a number of ANA units. But so far, we're focusing on the A11s, or the A11s. Excuse me, I'm going to have to look here. Actually, not too familiar with the ANA units. We're actually working on an M18 right now. We could also get an ASV, which is sort of an Afghan National Army MRAP type thing. And I believe the third unit is artillery. But we already have artillery, so I'm not going to worry about that. And there might even be new combinations that we could build at our forward operating base. We'll have to go over there and take a look with our special forces. It's actually something I plan to do. And in fact, if we start getting some cash, I want to start building some more special forces. So let's continue here. We're going to end the turn. My colleagues are going to try to answer all your questions in the chat. And pretty soon here, we're going to have another winner. And we just got one. We just got a winner. And that second winner is going to be, very quickly here, and I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but it's Fleedix 11. So Fleedix 11, congratulations, man, on getting that key. We've obviously got a third key that we've got here. We're going to try to deliver. Maybe we've got a fourth one. Who knows? But you're going to have to wait and see. Also, as you can see, this village is almost totally pro-American now. Very good news for us. The bad news is now that our Huskies are away from this area, they're not going to be as close to be able to check up for, things like mines, etc. So we might want to get another Husky unit. I know we're spending a lot of money doing that, but it's something that I'm considering. So let's end the turn here, confirm the end turn, and we've got that technical moving in. Okay, Afghan National Army in disarray. Afghan National Army units cannot move for a limited turn period. That's fine, we don't really have any Afghan National Army units, but since they're getting increasing attacks from the enemy forces, they're basically very scared to do anything. But like I said, thankfully, we don't have any. We don't have to worry about that. Let's drop these boys off, and I might actually bring this helicopter in to be repaired. And it looks like we found an opium crop right next to our base. Like, why would they do that? Why would you build an opium crop right next to our base? We're going to find it. Nonetheless, it's going to probably piss off the people in this village, so I am going to go ahead and try to assist them as best I can by basically checking out their village, checking it for mines, and obviously building a water tower here very, very soon. But right now, I'm just going to try to get over to the village, and we'll worry about building a water tower next turn. So let's get over there with our Buffalo, And as for our MRAP, he could go over here, and he could already burn down this poppy field. So like I said, the one negative aspect about this poppy field situation is this is what the farmers use to feed their families. Obviously, they're not eating opium. If they were, they'd be dead. But they're selling the opium to the Taliban and essentially using that income to feed their families. So that's not going to make them happy, but it's going to make me very happy. It brings us a tremendous amount of income. We can also drop off the UN aid here. Very nice. I almost want to get another Husky, to be honest with you, but I think I'm going to hold off for now. And let's see if we can't get that water tower built over here. Let's do it, guys. Beautiful. It's a little expensive, but it's going to be worth it. I might head back to our FOB and start building maybe a repair zone, something like that. Let's also take our Husky. And I think I want to drive through this region over here. This is definitely a dangerous region. It's already been checked, but who knows? The Taliban or the militias could have put down any number of explosives. And then if we go around the circle here in Zone Hell, we could probably find a lot more fun stuff. So I'm going to pick up my units. I'm hoping we're not going to be attacked in Zone Hell, but that's where they're headed. It's just quite simple. Sometimes you've got to take a tour in hell. Any soldier knows that. Sometimes you're going to get a mission that just sucks, and there's nothing you can do about it. So as you can see, this area is taken over by the Taliban. This is a Taliban zone, no doubt about it. We managed to take out a bunch of IEDs, 2 IEDs around the village, but we've still got a lot to worry about. So let's move out to this village, and this village is pro-militia. Not exactly pro-Taliban, but pro-militia. And I'm actually going to probably leave those units there. I know that sounds mean, but I want basically a military presence over there. We're going to try to get back to base with that unit. And if we can find some more enemies here, we'll certainly go and look for them. Let's go ahead and pick this unit up and start heading back to the FOB. Of course, now we've got the FOB here. We don't have to go all the way back to base, but there's that technical again. He actually managed to get a shot off on our MRAP, and we don't have any sort of satellite to spot him. I wonder if we could spot him with the Apache just by flying over him. I don't think that's how it works, but what the heck. We can certainly try. And no, it looks like we cannot spot that technical with the Apache, no matter how much we look and or how much we hope. We really need the satellite, or we need eyes on target, one way or another. All right, let's see. What to do? Yes, so actually my colleague made a really good point, is that once you get to, I think, about turn, depending on how many turns you're playing, let's say you get to turn like 40, then basically what starts to happen is you have to turn over your units. And look at that, 71 viewers. I love it, guys. I love that you guys enjoy this game. I hope if you guys do enjoy me playing this game, let me know if you want to see some more Afghanistan 11 on our streams. This is definitely the stream where we get the most viewers, partly probably because we're giving you guys some keys, but I'm hoping that part of that is because you enjoy watching this game be played as opposed to some of our other games. Maybe it's just more fun to kind of watch Agrippa here failing miserably, although I think in this mission I'm actually doing okay. I might be mistaken there. All right, let's make sure everybody's moved. Yeah, everybody's done their thing pretty much. I'm gonna make sure that our Huskies have moved as well. So this guy's gonna go ahead, it's gonna go to the end of the road to check it for any IEDs. I don't expect there to be anything here because there aren't any villages, but you never really know. The Taliban can get pretty crafty, and who knows, they may have been just testing out an IED. Also, for those of you that haven't noticed, our Hearts and Minds score is at 53. That's pretty good, it really is, not bad at all. Let's pick up our unit here, and we could probably drive around to get back to base. Of course, we're gonna have to worry about fuel pretty soon, but I'm not too concerned, to be honest with you. Let's see if anybody needs help. No, it looks like pretty much every single one of these villages is self-sufficient, is probably not the right word, but they certainly don't need our help right now, although I think we could start sending another unit into Zone Hell. Again, we're taking a big risk doing this, but let's go for it. So sending these guys into Zone Hell. If we need to, we'll get another Black Hawk out here. I'm hoping that's not going to be necessary. Oh, that's what I was worried about, is immediately we got hit by an IED. We could also get that Buffalo out here to try and repair that vehicle, but that's going to take a while. So let's go ahead, focus on this Buffalo. This guy's going to have to build a water tower next turn for sure, and we will end the turn. Okay, sooner or later, our boys are going to need some fuel, probably very, very soon here. In fact, it looks like our Buffalo already needs fuel. So we're at 2441 in terms of political points. I am going to go ahead and build the water tower. That's going to increase our political points sufficiently, or significantly, I should say. But one concern is this village is already in need of our assistance. So we're going to try to get there as quickly as we can. Again, we have no Huskies up here in the north, so we could definitely encounter some IED explosions, etc. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring some emergency supplies right there to that vehicle so that we don't have to worry about bringing him any fuel. Honestly, I should have probably just taken a supply truck from here and brought him the fuel, but I got a little lazy on that one. I want to go here to the south, and this guy's got to get back into base. So we're going to move him back into the FOB so we can regain some fuel. We'll probably do the same here with our Apache. Get him back into the base as well. And we could even get this fellow back into base. We could also try to build another one. We do have another winner here, but we're not going to name it until the end. So one of you guys has one. We're not going to tell you until the end. So if you're here, you should probably stick around. Let's take a look here at the chat. Yes, I am. It's actually a bot is actually quite rude to say that because I'm actually a cyborg, which is different. Bots they're not nearly as advanced. Let's put it that way. But I do admit I am a cyborg, especially when playing Afghanistan 11 and similar military games. Boom! Oh my God! Now this doesn't usually happen, but the Husky itself is not 100% immune to explosions. It's about 90% immune, and that was a VB IED, what we call a very big IED, and that thing just hurt my Husky. I know, it really sounds like I'm talking about a dog, but I feel bad, but I'm going to keep moving. This Husky's probably going to run out of fuel pretty soon, but we're going to keep moving with our troops out of here as soon as we can, not before we get this troop, this MRAP out here. And of course, we could find IEDs in this area. I'm hoping we don't. I might even get this unit out, but I think he's probably safer right now, actually in that area. And actually, I'm bringing this guy all the way back home. So we're going to go ahead. We actually risk getting hit by an enemy technical or enemy RPG fire, but we're going to take that risk right now. A lot of units out of fuel, as you can see. So I'm probably going to grab one of those supply trucks and send them out, fill it up with gas, send that out to at least get some fuel to the Buffalo. We found an IED, beautiful. Another one. This time our Buffalo is safe. Our Husky is safe. So let's get this supply truck, fill her up with fuel. Of course, this would be a perfect target for the enemy, but we're going to try to make sure that doesn't happen. So let's see if we can get this fuel over to the Buffalo. And it was actually delivered without any problems whatsoever. We may even be able to get back to base here. Beautiful. That is a very lucky supply truck, without a doubt. We've got another supply truck here, Hotel Squadron, and we're going to move him back into base, and pretty soon we're going to start heading back out to these villages. But like I said, we are low on income, so we want to be careful. We definitely want to be careful. So let's see. Yeah, we can move him back into base. Just have him wait there. Remember, when you're in a base, an FOB, you're only gaining 1 fuel per turn, or 1 movement point a turn. It's not the same. And look at that. We just found some enemies. They just walked past us. They didn't even attack. Quite interesting to see just how deadly this area is. Oh boy. Now we've got an option here. We can either attack them, and I want to take a quick look here. These are militia infantry, but what we're going to do is call in our beautiful F-18s. Boom! Dead militia. I like it. I like it a lot. So we're doing okay here. We're probably improving relations with some of the people in these villages, and they just let us know about an IED at the very end of that road. When you need money, it's not necessarily a bad idea, but what I'm going to try to do is get this Husky back to base, or actually I'll send him over here to our FOB, and we've got an enemy technical opening fire. He actually managed to do some damage to our Husky. I'm a little bit annoyed, but it is what it is. As you can see, the Buffalo is doing just fine right now. Now what we could do is we could try to spot that Husky, but we can actually see him. So I'm going to see if our mortar crew can do any damage here. They have a 42% chance of doing damage. I'm sorry, but for me, that's just not enough. That's why we've got this beautiful Apache. And we're going to open fire here on the technical. Send them to hell, boys. Beautiful. Just got 1,000 guys. That's going to help us big time. Of course, probably want to get the Husky out here next turn to try to search for some IEDs. But I could pick up this MRAP and take one of our infantry squads out there. I could also just walk, which would be technically a little safer. Because if they're in that MRAP when it gets blown up, they ain't going anywhere. It's just that simple. So I am going to pick up Charlie Company, and we're going to try to drop Charlie Company off over here, crossing over a possible ID. Oh, we got lucky. Okay, look at that, guys. This village is totally in support of the U.S., or in this case, this particular battle, probably more the Canadian forces. So we're starting to see a lot of American flags, which we didn't see in our last Let's Play. That's a good sign. That means that people are beginning to like us, to put it simply. So let's go ahead and drop our boys off here. And remember, we've helped this village in the past, so they just let us know about another IED over here in this area. We're, of course, going to take it out. And we'll go ahead and head back up north. We could be attacked by another technical, and then the Husky's finished. But at least he managed to take out a few of these IEDs. Not bad at all. I am going to search for some IEDs with this unit, because they really like to place them around those villages. What did I tell you? 2 IEDs right there next to the village. Like I said, this is a hot spot for Taliban, so they're going to do everything they can to really harm our reputation here. So let's see if we can pick somebody up. Yep, I think we can. Start moving to the north, and we could even get possibly some new units, but I think we're going to try to play it cool right now. We're not going to get too crazy, at least not this second, and we will build new units, but we're going to wait just a little bit. Now, for our Buffalo, we want to send him over here to this village. Might take him a while, but I want to see if we can get a water tower up this turn. Nope, looks like we're going to have to wait. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. Sorry, guys. I did not mean to do that. Now, we do have our M18, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the U.S. Infantry Squad, just one U.S. Infantry Squad, and we are going to pick him up. Did we even buy the U.S. Infantry Squad? Come on now. Yeah, we're going to call it Hotel Company. Why not? And let's see. Pick up Hotel Company, although we could also pick up the Special Forces, which we desperately need right now to start finding some enemies. So I'm going to let the Special Forces hang out at home one more turn, because I want to check out this village. They've been good to us. We've been good to them. Let's keep that relationship going. And let's see, and they just spotted the location of some more enemy units. The problem is that our Apache is way too far, and he's already attacked this turn, and we don't have any airstrikes left. So that unit is going to have to just stay there. But the benefit of this is we know now that there's a lot of enemy units in this area. So we could probably check out this area, more regularly and find some enemy units. Maybe drop off some special forces here. Let's take a look here. 85. Whoa, we've got 85 today. 86 viewers. Unbelievable, guys. I'm so proud of you. If we could get that to 100, I mean, that would be unbelievable. But 86 viewers, that's exactly what we need. Of course, by the way, I want to make this very clear that if you guys are essentially, thanks for thinking of us Canucks, says Capgun, of course. This particular level, or this particular mission, was completely a Canadian thing. Yeah, score one for the Great White North. But indeed, 86, guys, that's absolutely great. I really appreciate that. If we could keep that up, that would be unbelievable. And obviously, if you haven't, you should subscribe to this channel immediately. I also want to go ahead and give you guys another channel to subscribe to on YouTube, if you haven't already, and that's going to be our main channel, Slytherin Games. So I would really like to see some of you go ahead, jump over to Slytherin Games. If you have a YouTube account, subscribe. If you don't, make one. Who knows? It may get you a key. I can't promise that, though. I could be completely lying to you. I hope the UK and Australia will be added, says Soberman's Secret. Well, once again, it's a secret. We can't really say anything right now, but maybe, who knows? We'll have to see how things go. So we've checked out that village. They still like us. That's a good sign. And we can get this Black Hawk back to base unharmed. And actually, the Black Hawk, if he doesn't get blown up, I don't want to jinx myself, but if he doesn't get blown up, then he might be able to actually ferry out those special forces, and we can worry about that later. So let's pick up our boys. Let's get back to base, give them some R&R. Anybody know what R&R stand for in the Army? I hope some of you do, but they definitely need some R&R. So we're going to go ahead and get them back. I do want to send that Special Forces squad out to the east, but right now I'm going to use the M18, pick up these boys, and head over to that village over there, make sure everything's okay. Now, realize that just visiting villages increases your hearts and minds, and we're at 54, which is the best we've had it so far, and look at that, the village has turned American. So I want to show you guys this like on a large map. That was weird. We just spotted, I've never seen that before. There were like 2 little dots. Maybe there are IEDs out here. I'm not sure. But as you guys can see, we're doing pretty well. Over here by what I call Sangin province, we've got Sangin, Pada, I cannot read that. Garevsk, maybe? Barang. These are all pro-American, and that's unbelievable to see that. We've got our base nearby. Tulak is still a little, we're not so sure about you guys. But over here near Marja province, and some of you may know that name from if you've followed the Afghan war, Marja is a dangerous province, to put it simply. And this area is overrun with Taliban units, just overrun. So I do think I want to bring in maybe some emergency supplies to the Husky. Coming in with that C-130. Oh, that thing is beautiful. And my father in Vietnam was in a bunch of those during his service, and really enjoyed them. Just enjoyed the massive power of those things. They are just transport planes, but they are some big-ass planes. There's no other way to put that. Let's go ahead. Can we pick these boys up? I don't think we can. We're going to have to wait just one turn. Okay, well, this is why you don't lead, guys. This is unbelievable. But the guy that won the key left, which means that another one of you is going to win his key in his place. This is why you don't leave the stream. You stick around as long as you can. So just goes to show you, stick around. So we are going to provide that next key very, very soon. Maybe we have a fourth key to give out. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. So let's take a look here. Yeah, I think we're pretty much done what we have to do. We could get the Buffalo out, and the Buffalo could be used to build a water tower over here. But of course, due to my incompetence, it's totally my fault. That Buffalo is not going to be able to get to that village probably. At least not. I can't see him getting to that village in time. So we're going to go ahead and end the turn. All right, so our helo is repaired. Of course, that costs us money, and we come to the elections. And actually, all of these guys are pretty terrible for us, to be honest with you. We've got Ramallah Udin, we've got Arkan Hanif, we've got Alo Bayed, and they're all pretty bad. Ali Obeid is even worse. He's absolutely the worst of all of them. I mean, this guy, he hates us, quite frankly. Now, this Arkan Hanif would lower Taliban missions and would increase corruption, which would actually give us more political points. I think we're going to have to go with Arkan Hanif. He's just more useful. We're not going to pay anything for his campaign, but we're going to support him in the Afghan national elections, hoping that he wins. And a corruption scandal. Oh no. Report from Afghanistan. Another random news item. This time our hearts and minds points are decreased. Another blow to the ongoing war efforts in Afghanistan, as information came to light this morning, implicates several members of Afghanistan cabinet in corrupt dealings. While the Prime Minister has vowed to bring the individuals to justice, experts suggest that this is only the tip of the corruption iceberg in the state. Okay, so wait a minute. We do have the person that won. The guy came back. He's very lucky he did, and it's going to be Fluffy Bunny. Fluffy Bunny has won a key for Afghanistan 11. Congratulations, man. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get our boys back to, oh boy, there could be an IED here. Got very lucky there. That was a risk that I don't recommend taking again. I'm going to pick these guys up, and they're going to be heading to that next village. We also can't forget about our boys in Marja province, because they could be in a lot of danger if we don't basically consistently keep an eye on them. So let's drop our guys off here. And I really do like this chopper. It's a beautiful one, an M118. It's a big one, and we're just getting attacked by militia troops. They didn't do any damage, thankfully. Looks like their bullets just bounced off the M118, but now we know that there's definitely an enemy presence in these mountains, so that's probably where we're going to drop our special forces. Let's go ahead and search for IEDs. Things seem okay. No big issues. I'm going to pick these guys up. And we're going to try to head right back to base. Not necessarily this turn, but next turn. We could actually try to look for those forces, in fact. Let's go for it. Whoa, they definitely dispersed. I can't see a single one, but at least we have this area under observation with our drone. So let's go ahead and get the Black Hawk to drop off the special forces, the Spec Ops, special operations, and I think we want to move the special operations into these mountains. We know that there's Taliban activity here, so let's go ahead and put them at the top of this mountain. It's near our base, but it's definitely an area where the enemy could be, and if anything, we'll get these guys to start humping it all the way over to the east, looking for Taliban. I don't care how far they have to go, they better find some enemies, and our Black Hawk is going back to base. These guys are special forces, they can take care of themselves, so we're heading back. We will visit this village very soon because we already have a damaged water tower, which is not good at all. So I'm going to try to get this buffalo out here as soon as possible. Very lucky we didn't get hit by an IED there, but we definitely want to build another water tower as soon as possible, and we're just not in a position to do so. So let's get this Husky. Let's go look for some more bombs. Now, the Husky's not repaired because we didn't bring it back to base. We just brought it to the forward operating base. So there could still be a lot of unexploded ordnance out here. Let's go ahead and check. Things seem to be pretty stable. I'm going to keep trying to move this unit out, but he's almost out of fuel. So next turn, oh boy, we just got attacked. Militia infantry blew up. Oh my gosh. At least our men managed to get out of the MRAP, and we're going to put them right here into ambush position. Just in case the enemy shows up, they will open fire. But we know now that we're stuck in Marja province, a very unfriendly province. Without an MRAP, things could go haywire. I'm going to go ahead and do another mine sweep. I mean, IEDs could be placed here any day. It doesn't really matter. They love this area. This is an area they know we can't find them here. It's way too far from our bases, and they're going to make it just hell on earth for us. So let's move to the north. Maybe if we get enough political points, we could build a water tower over here, although probably not for a while. Let's continue. And look at that. Nothing so far. Nothing at all. Yes, I like how you said that, how the conflict is represented realistically. Yes, I think you will enjoy this game. If you love Vietnam 65, you'll definitely enjoy it, man. Oh, not a problem, recommit. With this game, there's actually a website. I'm not going to name it because we're really not allowed to name websites, but there's a website that actually focuses on like games that can be played on like low-end systems. I would recommend checking out. There's a lot of websites out there that'll tell you whether or not your PC will run this game. This is not a game that requires like a massive, huge graphics PC. If you've got a low-end PC, this might actually be the perfect game for you. So keep that in mind. You might want to consider, taking a look at that. It's probably a possibility. Let's go ahead and pick up Bravo Company. Now, Bravo Company has seen action in the past, so I'm going to drop them off here. Check out this village. We know the Taliban have ruined the water tower, which also means they've intimidated the villagers and just made life hell for them, and that is not fun. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to search, and nothing here. We're just going to have to wait for that Buffalo to get into position. We could also just pick these units back up, which I think we will do. We've searched. There's no need for us to stick around. I'm guessing the second we leave, the Taliban are going to roll into town and start causing trouble. Supply trucks, we can't forget about these. I do want to bring UN supplies, but right now we've got to focus on having enough money to repair our water towers. These villages already like us, so unfortunately, no UN supplies for them right now. They're going to have to be patient. I know that sounds mean, but it's just the way it is. This is war after all. Let's actually start moving these guys out of here. We might even bring some helicopters to evac them from this location. And we will end the turn. Oh, nice! I don't know what just happened. We didn't get damaged, but the enemy definitely tried to attack, and I think they dispersed. I think we managed to disperse them with the ambush. These guys are fine too, which is incredible. And now look at that. All of a sudden, as soon as they leave, these villages want our assistance. That's a little sketchy, a little suspicious. But they did give us the location of a technical. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to pick up our beautiful Apache. This guy already is a sergeant. If you look at the rank, every time you kill a unit, it actually grows. So he's a sergeant now. He's doing great. We're going to move him here and see if he can't take out this technical. Oh, I did not expect that. I didn't expect that at all. The technical actually opened fire. I thought 2 tiles was safe. Apparently not. So we're going to get a little closer. Yeah, Agrippa, great idea, man. You just got attacked by a technical. Go back to that same location and see if that can happen again. So let's go ahead. We're going to repair this water tower. Get the people their fresh, clean water once again and get the hell out of here. And let's get these boys back to base. Time for some rest and recuperation. All right, very cool. I hope you guys are enjoying these keys. And I hope you're not just here for the keys, man. The round seems to be a lot better than the last one, Agrippa. Thank you, YG. Yeah, I did a little bit of, just a little bit of practice, and I think Capgun is probably right. Yes, Cap, and I see you screaming in the chat. I'm so sorry, man. I can't, unfortunately, look at the chat at the same time I'm playing, and I hate that. We're going to try to figure that out, figure a situation out where I can, but Capgun, I think he got it right. The enemy hit a claymore, and the claymore blew up, and it made them run away. We didn't actually hurt them, but they were very, very lucky there, so I think he's absolutely right. Better have a 5-tile standoff when using an Apache, says M1A1 Carbine. Carbine or Carbine? What's the correct pronunciation here? AI plays like the Taliban, says gray matters. Yes, they do. They're very, very sneaky. and they just love to cause us problems. So let's grab Mike's squadron. I think we can actually drop him off over here at the FOB. He's got plenty of fuel, and he could probably be sort of a transport vehicle into Marja province, which of course we know has given us a headache since the beginning of the round. So we're going to go ahead and move him to Marja province. I do want to build a water tower, but I'm being very cautious here, because if we do, we're going to be low on PP, on political points. Haha, Agrippa said PP. But I'm going to do it anyway. We're going to lose some political points. We're going to be minus 114, but I'm confident that if all these water towers stand, we're actually going to come out of this very well. Now, the one scary thing is this unit is currently not receiving any rations. We could bring in some rations with a supply drop, but that's gonna cost us 400, and we don't even have the political points to do it. So I hope we don't have a unit starve on us. That would be embarrassing, but we're definitely doing better. Although the hearts and minds is still at 50, thanks to the corruption back in Kabul. Thanks a lot, guys. Let's go ahead and end the turn. We still got a Husky moving, sorry. That's right. Moving into the danger zone. Find something, Husky. Damn. Oh, he found something all right, but it found him first and bit him. And as you can see, like I said, the Husky cannot always repel the enemy blast. Right there, he did stop the IED, did blow it up, but he also got damaged in the process. So let's make sure we moved our special forces, right? I think we did. No, we didn't. Shame on you, Agrippa. Let's get our special forces on top of this hill here. We should probably move them closer to Marja province. This place may be, may not have any Taliban at all, but I don't like going over to this area. It scares me. And there's no hills or anything nearby, so it's not like they can hide out. They're out in the open in that area. All right, let's go ahead and end the turn. Let's hope for the best. Oh, Taliban attacking our men. Nice, our men wounded a Taliban unit, and we spotted another Taliban unit. And look at this, we found more, guys. We can bring in the A-10 Warthog now. We can do some serious damage here, but that technical is back trying to damage our poor Apache. What did that Apache ever do to you? But it's good to see our men fighting back and fighting back hard here. It's exactly what we needed. I'm going to bring in the rations. I'd love to give rations to the other squad, but the fact is, to the Buffalo squad, the fact is we don't have time to do that, and these guys are going to starve, so we're going to bring in some C-130 right into the village. Hopefully the villagers don't take our delicious snacks. I've actually heard that a lot of these MREs, meals ready to eat, are really tasty. That's what I've heard from friends in the military. Some of them are delicious. So not all of them, but I'm sure they'd be happy to see it. Look at that. We've got an opium crop all the way to the east. This may be the excuse we need to pick up that Special Forces squad, move them over here, and set them up in an area that's more likely to have Taliban. But the first thing we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead and call in an A-10 Warthog strike. I think you guys should know the power of the A-10 Warthog. It is vicious. It is a nasty fighter. I picture Rumsfeld playing this into the wee hours of the morning, muttering to himself, "I'll get it right this time. I'll get it right." That might be the first time that one of you guys just made me laugh on stream. But well said, Big Gamer X. Well said, man. That was hilarious. I'll get it right this time. All right, so we're not going to bring in an airstrike. We're going to go ahead and bring in an A-10 Warthog strike, which is an airstrike. We'll see if we can see the Warthog this time. Vroom. I love that sound, and I love seeing dead Taliban. So those guys are finished. They are annihilated. They're not coming back. And I think since these guys are doing pretty good, and look at that, they found another Taliban unit. You better bet we're going to call in an airstrike on these guys. But I want to see if our artillery can actually spot them, which would save us a tremendous amount of political points. But 63% chance. Open fire. Oh, they got away, unfortunately. You can't win them all, as you know, but I was really looking forward to winning that one. But it happens. So I'm going to go ahead and get back to base here. I'm almost tempted to buy another Husky, but I know we don't have the money for it. It's like a little kid that wants a PlayStation, but his parents are like, "No, I'm sorry, you just don't have the cash for it right now." Because I really want another Husky, especially since we haven't driven a Husky through this area in ages. But what I'm going to do is pick up Bravo Company here, and we're going to start heading over towards the location of that poppy field. In fact, if we want to be really cool, I shouldn't put cool in the sentence of the military. I mean, if you're a soldier, you're not cool. You're certainly a hero. You're certainly brave, but maybe cool isn't the correct terminology. But I think we want to bring them over here, try to get rid of the opium field, and also maybe deactivate that IED. That would be amazing. So let's see if we can get this guy back, the Apache. I think it's time for him to rest a little bit. Oh shit, we got the technical back. That bastard loves to mess with us. Like, he keeps shooting at us. He keeps missing. I don't know what he's thinking that a machine gun can hit an Apache, but sometimes it does. It's pretty rare. But he is just trolling us hard. He really is. And I'm not liking it at all. So let's go ahead and set up another Claymore here. Just going to hang out in this area. Try to remain as silent as possible. Silent but deadly. And see if we can't find some more enemies. So here we go. Special Forces, keep moving. You guys have found a lot up here, so you might as well keep looking for stuff. And the Buffalo, yeah, he's good. We're going to end the turn, guys. Confirm. Oh, we got some more Taliban in our line of sight. I think we just got really lucky this particular game because we managed to find a lot of Taliban. Which is just great. So there we go, 2785. I believe they went this way. And sure enough, affirmative, that's where they are. We're going to go ahead and call in another A-10 Warthog strike. Oh, we've got to be a little closer here. Hold on a second. No! Oh, I totally screwed that up. Sorry, guys. Well, nonetheless, at least we're getting to the end of the stream, so I can't be yelled at for that screw up right now. Let's go ahead and get another infantry squad. Get India Company out here. And I am going to put them in the MRAP and head to that village. That would have been an easy kill. I am annoyed with myself. Nonetheless, the hearts and minds are still at 51. They're still above what we need, but I'm not happy. All right, let's go. Oh, hello. Well, it's nice to see you. I'd like you to say hello to my friend, Mr. Apache here. Let's bring him forward and open fire. 63% chance, you might get lucky. And they ran. Annoying, but you know what? They're not going to get away. Oh, they're actually firing with some RPGs there, and they're very close to our base. So I'm actually going to try to bring in a drone here. See if we can spot them. We see a technical. We see Taliban infantry over here. Yeah, we got to do something about this. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open fire with our mortar team. If they're close enough, 45% chance. We actually have a better chance of destroying the technical, but... Okay, so just so that I'm forced not to make a bad decision, I'm going to hit this guy with an airstrike. Boom! That is a dead technical, and we're going to target the Taliban. I know we had less of a chance of hitting them, but I'd much rather kill that annoying technical that's been harassing our helicopters. Boom. Boom! Injured Taliban unit. One of them is down, of course. If we want to be really, really tough, we could go out with Hotel Company and try to engage on foot. We're going to do it, guys. We're going to do it. Best of luck to Hotel Company. And that is a dead Taliban unit. And I don't know what just happened, but it also gave away the target location of another Taliban unit, which is really interesting. I've never seen that happen. Unfortunately, we can't get to him. He's lucky. But you know what? I think that he's a little bit scared. Just a little bit. About time. Yes, finally. I think we peaked at 90, says Pinarine. Awesome. Awesome. PUM. Indeed. I think we did, which is excellent. Anyway, guys, I hope you're enjoying this stream. Like I said, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Slytherin YouTube channel over here. You definitely want to also subscribe to this particular stream. We're doing all sorts of different streams. We can't play Afghanistan 11 every time, but I can see that you guys really seem to like Afghanistan 11, and more importantly, you probably like the Steam giveaways. But it always helps if you can let us know in the chat what you like about this particular stream, what it is about the stream that brings you here. You know, it really helps us determine what to put up on this channel, on this stream channel. You know, we want to put stuff up that you guys enjoy watching. One thing I was thinking, we want to start putting up some more user mods, particularly for some of our games like Pike and Shot. We know a lot of you guys have gone to great lengths to work on those mods and make them interesting, etc. So if you have any suggestions or just let us know what you like about the actual channel itself, then let us know. We always like to hear that. So make sure to let us know down below. Oh, first for you too, Capgun. Very, very cool. I'm glad you enjoyed. All right, man. So I think we're pretty much done here in terms of movement. These guys are going to go ahead and move back on foot. I'm going to move the MRAP back. I'm just forcing them to get some physical education in. It's about time they start moving. They've had it pretty easy so far. Let's go ahead and drop off some supplies. That beautiful C-130. And now this Buffalo could probably start expanding the base. That's definitely something we want to do. I want to take a look at our boys over in Marjah province. This has been a nasty location for our men. Probably should have actually brought the supplies to this guy, because I'm guessing there's more bombs in Marja province than anywhere else on the map. But nonetheless, we continue forward. And this is kind of like the escape. We're trying to escape from this area. I'm guessing that area is probably mined in one way or another. Okay, let's get these guys back. So guys, this is going to be Agrippa Maxentius. That's my YouTube name. And I'm just going to give you my Kevin B. I'm not going to give you my last name, but that is my name as an employee here at Slytherin. I hope you guys enjoy my streams. I hope you guys enjoy the mistakes I make and the occasional victories that I succeed in. I think I want to call this one pretty much a victory. More or less. I could be wrong there, but I think we did pretty good in this particular mission, and I think that if we kept going all the way to the end, we probably would have gotten a victory. So if you guys want us to continue this particular series on our YouTube channel, or maybe even continue it on our next Twitch stream, let me know and we'll make it happen. But thank you so much for stopping by, and like I said, just keep letting me know what you guys like to see. Watch for Agrippa and the Killer Slytherin games winning combo, says Dave Zizu. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that, man. And thank you, everybody, for showing up. I hope you have an awesome day, and we certainly will continue. So I'm going to promise you that we will keep this particular series going. The next time we stream Afghanistan 11, we are going to go ahead and make sure to basically keep this mission going, see if we can't get a victory. But remember, this is still a tough one because we've got to win with over 60. And yes, please let us know what kind of game you like to watch, etc. Agrippa Love, 33rd Ulrich, thanks, man, I appreciate it. Agrippa Maxentius here, signing off. Take care. I'm going to go get some pizza because it's delicious in this country. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.